Hello everybody, this is Benny Lieblich from the Gusto Kitchen, and today we're going to be making beet cured salmon. Over here in this bowl we have our beets, salt, sugar, lemon zest, dill seeds, and lemon juice, and also a bit of coriander powder. Now my general mix for cured salmon is 2 parts salt to 1 part sugar. And then the rest of it, the flavoring is pretty much just do whatever you want. You like heavier coriander, go heavier on it. You like the sweetness of beets more, go heavier on the beets. It's pretty much up to you. Here we are working with 2 sides of salmon. A lot of people will go ahead and trim off the bellies. Do not trim off the bellies. These are basically a chef's some of the chef's favorite part of the fish, because these are very, very fatty and make incredible salmon tartars. So right over here, after it is done being cured, you would just trim this off, skin it, and dice it up into a fantastic salmon tartare. Now, when you're making salmon, cured salmon, you want the skin to be on. The skin has to be on, otherwise the whole thing can fall apart. So always skin on side of salmon. Now we're just going to give it a quick trim. There are some non-desirable parts over here, such as these little fat stuff over here. We're just going to trim that off real quick. And then we'll just get right into this. Always check your salmon for pin bones. It would really suck to get one of those stuck in your throat. But over here, I have done that beforehand because it just makes a really boring video. So, cured salmon, very, very easy. Just take your clean sides of salmon, stick them straight onto a sheet tray, and then just take your salt and sugar mixture and basically just bury it. Give it a quick mix up. I wish you guys could smell this. It is so fragrant. It smells incredible. Now just apply a nice heavy layer to both sides of salmon. This is pretty quick, pretty easy. The hardest part about this is waiting for it to be ready in your fridge. You don't have to go too crazy, you don't have to give it a whole massage, you don't have to rub it in. It's going to sit in your fridge for 12 to 24 hours. During that time, all the flavors will be absorbed, so you don't have to do like you would do with other things such as a dry rub and really rub it in. It'll all just take care of itself. Now, a lot of people say that when you're making a cured salmon, you should put some of the salt underneath the salmon. I don't particularly feel like that's necessary. That's where the skin side is. Doesn't really do that much. It does help draw out a bit more of the moisture, but if you're curing your salmon for 24 hours, it doesn't really matter that much. There we go. Our salmon is pretty much completely buried. And at this point, you have 2 choices. One of 2 choices to make. You can either put another sheet tray on top of it and then weigh it down and stick it in the fridge. The weighing down will help press out some of the juices, which I personally don't really feel is very, very necessary, since I'm going to be leaving it in the fridge for 24 hours. But if you're doing it for 12 hours and you want a firmer salmon, then go ahead and put another sheet tray on top of it. Find the heaviest things you have in your kitchen, some cans of beans, some jars of pickles, anything, something nice and heavy, something good and weighty. Stick it on top and put it in your fridge for 24 hours. Yeah, then it just becomes a waiting game. Now, before we go ahead and stick this in the fridge, we are going to saran wrap the entire tray, just because we don't want this turning into a giant mess. Now, the best way to saran wrap is put a layer on the bottom, then put down your food item. Gives you a much better seal, more airtight. And all in all, just works out much better. There we go. Salmon's all done, ready to be stuck in the fridge, and we'll get back to this in 24 hours and see how she slices.